Okay, so part of your issue tends to be how you self-diagnose. And I gotta tell you this. Somehow on my feed, your videos popped up, and I saw you putting by looking at the hole. Now, I just want to give you some perspective. That's something that me and a bunch of other good young players, probably Tiger and all kinds of great players, go through at a very young age. You have this moment where you're like, hey, what if I just look at the hole? It should make sense. That's where I want the ball to go. I'm going to look at the hole. I putt at the hole. And you start to make some putts and you think, oh, maybe that's the way to do it. I could tell you this, having vetted things like that through, it's much better to be able to look at the ball than it is to be able to look at the hole because you have to hit the ball. If you can use the visual image and cue in your mind of where the hole is at and look at the ball, you're going to find that life gets better. And it's evidenced by the tour pros. If looking at the hole was of value, tour pros would do it too. They've gone through that phase, except for they did it in adolescence, and they found it to be flawed. So, what that tells me about you, and I've pointed this out about you from the beginning, you get very heady about golf, and that can interfere with your ability to play golf. And that's because you're being heady with your golf perspective, which is not the same perspective of an expert golfer that could get heady and maybe do something with it. For example, I got heady and I created a whole new system for golf. So because of my expertise, I was allowed to be useful with that headiness. With you, I find that you would do best if, and don't take this the wrong way, if you weren't the one driving the bus. I feel like you make mistakes based upon your instincts. So, for example, you say to me, okay, when I swing softly and set up closed and I just try to let go, I miss the ball entirely. What your statement suggests is if I set up closed and I will have these poor contacts. And those are not related. Because you let go is not the reason why you hit that shot. There's some other flaw that's happening that must be addressed. But of course, you say, okay, well, I'm going to, and you use the phrase, I've tried this. Trying it suggests that you're trying to vet it. And just so you know, you can't vet anything without 6 months of 1,000 balls a day kind of work. Just to be honest with you, you don't, if you think about like the vaccine and stuff like that, nobody trusts anything off of a short sample size. You need a larger sample size. So when you try stuff, I would say your sample size is going to be far less than it should be in order to truly try something. Now, let's not worry about so much of the contact. Let's look for the structural things that we know to look for in the swing. And if there's a flaw, the flaw exists in something more of a nuance. So if you watch your setup position looks good, watch your lower body. Okay, club is hitting the water bottle there on the takeaway for sure. Club is coming away steep. So your lower body's doing a good job of staying still, but your arms are rogue at this point. Your arms are steep. And then from there, watch your chest in the downswing. Good. You're holding your chest closed. Good, good, good. Holding the chest closed through impact. Excellent. Wonderful. So what you're doing in here with your body is great. What you're doing with your arms is the reason why you shanked that shot. So your arms are swinging steeply, and when they swing steeply, they're not swinging along the line of the body. So when I say they're going rogue, it's real. They are not coordinating with the body. So now you have this discrepancy with the arms not following the line of the body. So that could have been a shank, it could have been thin, it could have been low, it could have been a hook, could have been fat, could have been solid, could have been a variety of shots that are all not necessarily the indicators of what you're doing right or wrong. But when you watch your swing and you know about the water bottle, boom, that's 2 water bottles hit. Boom, 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 boom. So there's the issue. Next video, I want to see a down the line view, 9-iron full swing. I want you to set closed and allow the club to swing along the line of your body. And then also, I didn't watch many of your videos, but I did take a peek. It looks like the atmosphere that you play golf with is a little bit like guys going to drink beer and go bowling, which is fine. you know, if that's what you'd like to do to have fun. But when I see that atmosphere and you report to me how you play, I got to tell you, in order to play good golf, there needs to be a little more discipline and a little more structure with your human as you play the game. If you want to go play and have fun and kind of have a lighthearted thing where people are talking and people are filming and everybody's moving while you're hitting shots, cool, do that, but don't expect to shoot the best scores of your life. If you really want to play good golf, there has to be more structure. And I'm not saying that the structure means you have to be rigid. I'm far from rigid, but there's structure within my performance in that I don't hit shots when people are talking. I don't hit shots when people are moving around because those are potential distractions. I like to have the opportunity to put all of my attention into the shots that I'm hitting because they mean a lot to me. Now, I'm not criticizing you for that atmosphere. I'm giving you the perspective that you're not going to become your best version of a golfer with that kind of what's the term for it? It's nothing negative, but it's a very carefree attitude that it looks like the group has when you play, which is great. I got no problem with that. It's just a matter of perspective. So next video, I want to see from you a 9-iron full swing down the line view. I want you to avoid the water bottles. And then I also want you to know, like as I say, you're self-diagnosing improperly. As you say, well, when I relax and I just let my hands and arms go, I tend to get these weird contacts. You know better than that. You know that this takeaway is right from the beginning of the swing, you're in trouble. At that point, you need great athleticism to start to fix what's gone wrong at the initiation of the swing. So that's where I want you to focus in your attention on as being the flaw, not in relaxing and just letting go. Because ideally, you relax and let go, everything will be fine. But we need that to happen within the structure of the swing that we create, and that means that the arms have got to swing along the line of the body.